Hello, everyone, and welcome to MC 200, Intro to Media Writing. This video is meant to go over some class expectations as well as the syllabus. So the first thing that I want to share with you about this class is really its purpose. Why should you be interested in media writing as a course? This course is meant to be basics of reporting and writing for print and electronic media. It's meant to help you give a jump start to your career as a professional media writer. Even if you're not certain whether or not you want to be a journalist, the skills that you can learn and apply in this class will translate to a lot of other professional writing classes. So it's a great start for a writing career. In this class, I hope to help you create, edit, and critique copy for multimedia journalism and public relations, and also build you as storytellers. And again, these are really critical skills right now. In a survey of CEOs of some of the most in-demand jobs, the CEOs and hiring managers were saying that the most in-demand skills right now are these top 10. And I promise you that throughout this course, we're going to learn 9 of these 10 soft skills that companies are looking for in hiring. And this isn't just in journalism or in writing careers either. This is in any career. So these are all skills that you'll be building this semester in MC 200 that I hope will help you to get a job in the future. That friendly personality is kind of up to you though. Sorry. I want to remind you that this is being presented this semester as an online only class. I know that a lot of us had to make some very difficult decisions because of COVID-19 about how we were going to take courses this semester. And that applies to me as well. As I mentioned before, I have lupus, and so all of my classes will be presented online. This means that you will need to access the course through Canvas, and each week, you will have 3 modules for the Monday, Wednesday, Friday that we were originally supposed to meet, and you will follow in order how the modules are presented. These are not set up final yet, but as soon as I get each week done, I will post it and publish it, which will allow you to work ahead as much as possible. If you've never taken an online course before at Montevallo, I highly encourage you to take the ORA Online Readiness Assessment. This is kind of a quiz about your current modality and your current internet connections and programs to see whether or not you are ready to take an online course. This can be a great first step to make sure that you will have success in MC 200. I've provided a link to this quiz directly under this video. In an online-only class, if you've never taken one, it's really important that you keep up with deadlines. Deadlines in journalism are important, period, but especially in an online class, you need to keep up with the material because it is hard to make up assignments if you get behind. You need to work ahead as much as possible, and since I'll be releasing each day, as soon as I finish getting all the materials ready for that day, you should be able to work days, even weeks ahead. So please try not to get behind, because although online classes are great because they're flexible, you really have to be responsible for your own assignments and keeping up with deadlines. Online classes have a lot of great advantages. You don't have to come to class. We don't have any meeting times in person or in Zoom, meaning we are completely asynchronous. You can work at your own pace. However, my instruction is available anytime. If you weren't paying attention during one part of the video, you can just rewind it or, jump back and watch it all over again. You can also meet one-on-one with me anytime you want. All you have to do is make an appointment through Calendly, or if you can't find an appointment through that, you can feel free to email me at any time. You're gonna have the same amount of coursework as you would as an in-person class, it's just in different formats. That's partly why I kept the modules as Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, so that you would kind of have the same experience that you would if this course was being given in person. There are also more opportunities to interact with your classmates because you have the discussion boards. So I highly encourage you to participate in quality conversations on those discussion boards with your peers. Some of the disadvantages of an online class is that the responsibility is really on you to keep up with instructions, assignments, and deadlines. And if you fall behind, it's really hard to catch up. And of course, you won't get to see me in person each week, which I know you were all very disappointed about, but I will try to make these videos as interactive and fun as possible. Some tips for success for online classes: make sure you watch these videos. I know that listening to me drone on for minutes at a time can get boring, but I put a lot of work into these videos, and a lot of the exams and course material are going to be based on what I'm lecturing about. So make sure you watch them. You also need to make sure that you're reading your textbook and any other readings that I assign. The AP style book readings are especially important because you're going to have homework on that every time that you do a reading. You need to participate in the discussion boards as well. Since I don't have you in class to judge your participation and how well you're getting the material, the discussion boards are kind of that touch point for me to make sure that you're understanding what's going on in lecture as well as in the readings. All of our exams are going to be based on these materials. So again, please make sure that you are doing them. Also, reach out to me. I'm here for you. Just because we are not seeing each other face to face does not mean that I am not wanting to talk to you or not wanting to help you. I'm here in any way I can. And if you need me to change the type of instruction that I'm doing, or if you need to meet with me one-on-one, I'm happy to do that at any point. So please never hesitate to reach out. One of the important things that I need you to do for this class is read the syllabus. The syllabus can be found either as a document in week 1, day 1, or you can always get to the course syllabus in Canvas. Just go to the left-hand side of the course and hit syllabus. And I'm going to be updating these anytime anything changes, but always read the syllabus. In fact, I gave you a practice syllabus quiz primarily so you can understand how Canvas works for online testing, but also just to make sure that you're getting the key points of our syllabus. This is critically important in an online class. You're going to need some course materials for this online course. The primary things in terms of accessing the course online, being able to access UM's Canvas, which I'm thinking you did since you found my video. You also need access to either Teams or Zoom so that we can meet face-to-face, at least for our goal meetings and any other time you have questions. You're going to need solid connection to an solid internet access rather. And honestly, the way that Canvas takes assignments, a computer is really preferred for that because it can be very difficult to upload assignments from a mobile phone or a tablet. The textbook will be Writing and Reporting from the Media, 12th edition. It's going to be this gray copy that you see right here. And then in addition, I'm going to have you get the workbook that comes with it. It's a separate piece to it, and it's blue. If you order it online, just make sure you select textbook and workbook together because you will need both of those. I have specified that I would prefer the 2020 Associated Press style book because that is the latest edition and there were lots of new changes in 2020 to AP style book. But if you cannot find a 2020 style book, a 2019 one will do. You will also need Twitter and LinkedIn accounts, and these need to be set up to where anything that you post on either account is something you're okay with me seeing because those accounts need to be marked public. They will be for our MC 200 Twitter assignments, as well as some professional development that I hope to do with you through LinkedIn. Throughout the semester, I may provide additional readings on Canvas, so just make sure you're keeping up with those. Also, when you're going out and reporting, you're gonna want a notebook, something you can write with, and writing utensils for when you're reporting out in the field. And then you may also want a voice recorder or a recording app on your phone, which we'll talk about as we're talking about news gathering. But these are the course materials that I prefer you to have. Here's the grade breakdown for the course. 20% of your grade is going to be quizzes. Every Friday, you're going to have a current events quiz, which tests your current knowledge of things going on in the world. You can look to your syllabus to find the sources of news that I'm pulling from for that. You're also going to have an AP style midterm exam that goes over all of the AP style book homework assignments that we will do. Speaking of homework, that's worth 25% of your final grade. Those homework assignments are going to be worth 5%. The workbook homework is going to be 10%. Your MC tweeting assignment is going to be 5%. And then you have other assignments that are worth less points, but are helping you build towards bigger assignments. The discussion boards are going to be worth 20% of your final grade. There are 30 discussion points throughout the semester total, and you can drop up to 5. So if you happen to miss a discussion post for a day, don't worry, you get 5 freebies. But I encourage you to participate in the discussion post as much as possible because it's a great way to learn from your peers and kind of think through what you think about the material. So there will be 25 graded posts worth 8 points each for that. Finally, the majority of your grade is going to be writing assignments, and these are worth 30% of your final grade. And we will be doing 5 different types of writing assignments, news stories. The first is going to be print, then digital. You'll do a radio story, a television story, and a social media story. And then finally, your participation and your attendance will be 5% of your grade. A reminder that we don't have specific days and times that we meet. So this participation grade will be judged on the quality of your discussion posts and how you're turning in your homework and your assignments. If you're confused about the schedule, I understand it's a lot of course materials, so there are 2 places to check. The bottom of the syllabus is the proposed schedule for the rest of the semester. And then when you're in Canvas, you'll see that the modules list out the schedule for each day and then each week as well. I may add or take away assignments as necessary throughout the semester, but the module listing is always going to be correct, and I will try to update the syllabus anytime I make a change. I will post a module as soon as I complete it, so you have the potential to work ahead. And if you have a question about a deadline or any assignments, please contact me. I'm currently teaching 5 classes online for the very first time this semester, so I can't guarantee that I'm going to be perfect. So just as I try to give you grace through COVID-19, please give me a little grace and let me know if something doesn't look right. I'll be happy to make sure that it is correct. I want to make a quick note about plagiarism. These are the types of things that the University of Montevallo considers plagiarism. But overall, anytime that you're taking someone else's work and claiming it as your own, that is plagiarism. A special note that if you are using an assignment that you have done or are doing for one course and trying to turn it in for this course, that is also considered plagiarism. If you're working on an individual homework assignment that I have not given you peer work to do, but you're doing that individual assignment with a classmate, that is considered plagiarism. So please, this is academic misconduct. It will be treated as such. And as professional writers, I hold my writers to a very high standard of plagiarism. So please don't do it because I really don't want to have to go through this process this semester. Another key note for professional writers is deadlines. Deadlines are critical in journalism, and they will be strictly enforced in this class. A failure to reach a source or not complete your interview is not an acceptable excuse because in the real world, when you miss a deadline, you have a hole in your newspaper or newscast. And for a lot of news organizations, you can be automatically fired for missing slot. So I'm going to give you a 0 on an assignment if you do not turn in an assignment by the deadline. So please make sure that you are working in advance, that you always have a backup plan for a story, and that you're always communicating with me if something comes up. I'm happy to work with you, especially in extreme circumstances, but please don't wait till the last minute. Finally, I just want to emphasize that you can always contact me. I love my students, and one of the worst things about having to teach online is not getting to interact with you face to face. So you can always make an appointment with me to talk with me either by phone, by Zoom, or in extreme circumstances, I can meet you face to face in Strong Hall. And you can do that through the Calendly link. You can find that on Canvas or on the syllabus. You can also email me at any time. I tend to be really responsive with my email. So feel free to shoot any questions that you don't feel you need to meet with me through the email. And then my office is in Strong Hall 137 in case you ever need to drop something off, or if we do have to have a face-to-face meeting for something. So now that you understand the class expectations and a little bit more about the syllabus, I want you to follow these next steps through today's modules. So first, you're going to take UM's online readiness quiz if you hadn't done so already. You'll read the syllabus a little more thoroughly and then take the syllabus quiz. I have a video on how to use your AP style book, and then I want you to read chapter 1 before Wednesday. Finally, review the MC 200 tweet assignment. This is an assignment that is due at the very end of the semester. However, you need to work on it throughout the semester in order to do it properly. So I'm giving it to you on day 1 so that you will have plenty of time throughout the entire semester to get your tweets done. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I look forward to us having a wonderful semester together.